What's up, bass fishing world? Welcome to this week's Bourbon and Bass. Hadn't done one in a couple of weeks, guys, but we've been hard on the road with the Bassmaster Elite series. We had our first one at St. Johns River in Florida. Great start to the 2021 season. Ended up with a top 10 there. You know, I'm happy, but I'm not satisfied with that. I had a chance. I was within reach all 4 days of that event to win that thing. And I just, I had some missed opportunities. You guys saw me on live. I got a ton of coverage from that. Throwing that little Missile Baits 48 wacky style with that brand new Victory rod by St. Croix. I had some opportunities to do a little better than what I did, but the last day just ran new water, trying to find new water, new big ones, and ended up finishing that event in 9th. Good start to the 2021 season. Then we went straight to the Tennessee River in Knoxville and got out of there with a top 30. I finished 28th in that event. Incredibly tough just to get a bite in that place. I'll take it. Fish clean for 3 days. I ran the game plan that I thought I could catch them in, and I did all I could. So right now I'm top 10 in AOY. I'm sitting in 7th in Angler of the Year points to start the season through 2 events. So, I'm right where I need to be. But I want to win every single one of them. So happy, not satisfied, but got to keep it going. Pickwick in a couple of weeks. You're going to have bags there to win. So looking forward to that. But this week on Bourbon and Bass, we're going to talk about MITCHER'S single barrel rye. And we're also going to talk about this year's Bassmaster Elite field, 2021. This could be, and I'm going to say it's the most talented Bassmaster's ever seen, top to bottom. But here we go. We're going to start with MITCHER'S real quick. If you guys follow me, you guys watch this, you guys know that I am a big fan of rye. So MITCHER'S, you've probably seen it before, has a single barrel rye. Again, single barrel. Most bourbons and whiskeys, most are blends. So they're blends of different barrels that are aged in different temperatures. They put them all together, and it's a blend. Most of them. If it does not say single barrel, it's a blend. Most of them are. So this is a single barrel. It comes from one singular barrel. It's harder to be more consistent with a single barrel than it is a blend as far as taste and proof, depending on where it comes from. MITCHER'S is, very, very long history, dating back to like 1753, one of the oldest distilleries on record. They do it right. They really concentrate more on the wood side of it. They make sure that their barrels, that white oak American barrel that they age these things in, they're properly dried, because they think that really brings out the flavors and the sugars and stuff into it. So they'll age their barrels, make sure they're dried up to like 48 months to make sure they're at peak level. They char them, most all of them are charred. But as a single barrel rye, a really good one, guys. You can find it between $45 and $50. The MITCHER'S, it's a little bit pricier than I like to pay for them, but a couple of times a year I will pick up a bottle. MITCHER'S is one of my favorite ryes out there, but extremely good. If you guys see this, pick it up. I highly recommend it. MITCHER'S, one of my favorites out there if you like rye. It does have a very distinct rye taste. Very oaky, a little spicy, but they actually keep their proofs down on purpose. They feel like, they actually, end of the barrel, the Kentucky standard is like 103 proof. That's end of the barrel. Now, once the barrel ages and they take it out, they will dilute it with water, and that's called the proofing process. And they'll dilute it with water till they get it at the desired proof. MITCHER'S typically stays around, the rye typically stays around that the MITCHER'S typically stays around that 90 to 95 proof. So they add water to it to proof it, to get it to the desired proof that they want. Very drinkable. I like to drink it just over ice. I like to drink all of my ryes just over ice. Really good one. So MITCHER'S, if you see this, pick it up. I highly recommend it, of course. So with that being said, I want to talk about what's happened in the last 3 years, and then what's happening right now. So everybody remembers the year I qualified for the Bassmaster Elite Series. I qualified 2018 to fish the 2019. I'm on my 3rd year of the Bassmaster Elite Series right now. So that was the year that the big changes made. Major League Fishing and the Bass Pro Tour started, and a lot of the anglers shifted. So there was a lot of people that were like, okay, well, a lot of the talent now has shifted. We learned very, very fast that talent-wise, that was not the case. Maybe veteran-wise, seasoned pros-wise, shifted that way. But I was one to say, and a lot of people said, watch the young talent that is now going to emerge. Very, the platform that we have as professional anglers or people who are trying to do this professionally is very small, and it's very hard to get there. So this was really going to give these guys that have really been trying to get in, the guys that have aspirations, the guys that have the talent, a chance to get in. So we saw that. We knew the talent would not drop, and it has not. So this year, so just, I want you guys to take something, look at something this way. Okay, so what happened then? Okay, they ended up taking guys from the Bassmaster Opens that were further down the list, and then a lot of guys from FLW started coming over. You're looking at guys like, Clark Wendlandt, the Johnston brothers, Gussie, who just won at the Tennessee River. They started bringing those guys in. So then last year and the year before, and the guys that are starting to come in now. So you saw Gerald Swindle come back. You saw Brandon Polinick come back. You saw this past year, Greg Hackney, who's leading AOY right now. Jason Christie come back. I mean, you're looking at guys, some of the best from FLW and some of the best from all around the country now trying to get here. And even talking to Greg Hackney, he's very, very, very vocal about it, and nothing against Major League Fishing at all in Bass Pro. There's some people that this style, this traditional style of a five fish limit just suits their style more. So those guys are trying to come back for that reason. So now, over the past few years, you have seen a couple of guys, 2 or 3 or 4 guys that you've heard of, and then 2 or 3 or 4 guys you haven't heard of really excel. I mean, you've got guys, again, like Clark Wendlandt, who's came back, Scott Martin. I mean, 2 of the most, proficient anglers in the world come over. You've seen guys like Brian Schmidt. He is a friend of mine. And some of you know his name, but you don't know much about him. But guys, Brian Schmidt has won a lot of money, and won a lot of big tournaments on the FLW side. He holds the record for the most Toyota Series wins. It used to be Costa's, but it was the spur off of the FLW. I mean, these guys are absolute hammers. I mean, and then you throw, your Scott Canterbury's in the mix. Guys like even Patrick Walters, I'm going to tell you right now that I think the Bassmaster Elite Series right now, I mean, we're up to 101 anglers this year. I'm going to say 1 through 50 to 75. I think this is the most talented field that Bassmaster has ever put on the water. And you have an incredible mixture of extremely seasoned AOY winners, classic winners, consistent guys over many years, along with some of the best young talent that this sport has ever seen coming in right now. Even the field that just came in, Brian New, who won at St. John's River. I don't know him, but the guy's won everything. He was the points leader in the Bassmaster Opens last year, both divisions put together. He beat out Greg Hackney, Jason Christie, Scott Martin, and then turned around and won his first Elite Series event here. Absolute hammer. This, in my opinion, is the best Bassmasters ever seen, 1 through 50, 1 through 75, no doubt in my mind. Now, you could make an argument for a top 5 from here and top 5 from MLF, but again, you're going off, you seasoned pros, and I'm talking about a mixture of both, where we have really, really talented young anglers that the world is just now seeing. And now it is even more, it is so incredibly difficult to qualify for the Bassmaster Elite Series right now because everybody wants in. So you are going to get, from here on out, the cream of the crop of everybody that's trying right now for the Bassmaster Elite Series. And it's even going to get better. Now, we're 101 anglers this year, guys. You know, Bassmaster wants it 90 or below. So there's going to be a big cut after this season. That's what a lot of you do not know. There could be up to 22 anglers cut from the Bassmaster Elite Series to keep that number at a reasonable level. They really wanted about 90, which I agree with. So you're going to see a lot of guys get cut this year, but then you're going to see the talent that's going to come into this season or into this field, into the Bassmaster Elite Series field, is going to get increasingly more talented. You are going to have guys from the last 2 years that have come into this field as rookies that you did not know about are going to shine over the next 2 years. And I think even after this season, after a lot of guys are cut this year, and even the guys that are coming in next year, I think the 2022 season is going to be incredibly competitive. We're going to be in a situation where anybody, 1 through whatever the number is, 90, anybody could win any event or win Angler of the Year at any given point. You're going to see the most versatile and most instinctive bass fishermen on this planet shine. And we're already seeing that. And incredibly proud to be a part of it, incredibly proud to be a part of the Bassmaster Shield and everybody that's in here. Absolutely love being here, being around these guys, getting to know them and becoming friends with them. It's truly been a journey. The journey's just started. But guys, you can argue with me if you want, but I'm telling you, this is the most talent that Bassmaster has ever seen right now. And your guys are gonna see that very soon. You're gonna start hearing names that you've never heard before. And there's a lot of young, very extremely talented guys that are coming into the Bassmaster Elite Series right now that could win at any given time. Argue with me if you want, but I am going to say right now, the most competitive field we've ever seen. And I digress. Pickwick, couple of weeks. Cannot wait to get out there. I like to keep going. You get on a good roll, you just like to keep going. You know, even in personally, last year I had a bad start to the season. I had the first 3 tournaments, guys, I did not do well in. Had a really good second half of the season, and I rolled that momentum into the start of this season. I feel like I'm fishing well right now, and I'm very confident. And I'm very confident going into Pickwick as well. So I want to keep rolling. I want to keep going. I want to keep fishing, keep on the water. And I'm ready. And I hope you guys are too. Guys, got a ton of coverage from the St. Johns River, the first one. Thanks for everybody who reached out. Tennessee River was an absolute grind. Survived that one with the top 30. Good Angler of the Year points because I am going to have to keep doing what I've done in the first 2 tournaments just to keep pace, because my goal is the same every single year. I want to compete for an AOI championship, and I want to qualify for the Bassmaster Classic. I did not do that last year from the start. This year is a little different. Better start this year. I want to compete for both. Right now, I'm heading in that direction. I cannot, you have to avoid bombs. You have to avoid bad tournaments. You have to treat every single day and every single fish catch like it's your last. So I'm confident, I'm ready to get back out to Pickwick. We're gonna be going there in a few weeks, but guys, thank you guys for watching. Any questions, shoot them in the comments. You know, if you disagree with me and say this is not the most talented field in the elite in Bassmaster history, you better have a strong argument, because I truly believe this is it right now, and it's only gonna get better. So guys, thank you guys for watching Bourbon and Bass. I'm gonna do another one next week before we head to Pickwick. But again, MITCHER'S Single Barrel Rye, one of my favorites, fairly easy to find. And the 2021 Bassmaster Elite Series, we are 2 tournaments into it, ready for Pickwick, ready for the next one. And whoever wins Angler of the Year this year will be very well deserved, because they got some talent in this field, yo. So guys, thank y'all for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bourbon and Bass. If you have any suggestions on something you'd like to see bourbon wise, or something you'd like to talk about fishing wise, reach out to me, send me a private message. I'll make sure to cover it. But guys, see you guys next time. Dream big. See you at Pickwick. Later, guys.